These days, I'd argue the 9 to 5 have gone out the window because I would argue we're more in I've noticed this myself with applying for other jobs, shift economy.
Yeah.
So it's where you're not working 9 to 5, you're now working like 6 to 2 on a shift one week, or working like for me, it's the morning, the mid, and the late shift, and that's all rotating. But even with that to take into consideration, how do you help people, or how would people go and find the time to build the businesses and life for their dreams that they want to live? Because was work around other commitments, because like it or not, we've got to live.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think for me, I struggled with that for many years with my nutrition business. So I had clients, but it wasn't consistent. So I always had a client, but I more or less always had a client, not like a lot of clients. And when I decided in 2023 to leave corporate, I told my husband, this time next year, I leave corporate. And I decided. I didn't wait it. I didn't see what happens. I literally told my husband, and 2 days after, I wrote my resignation letter. And I didn't send it, obviously, it was a year early, but I wrote it, I dated it for a year time. And this, I'm sending it in November 2024, and I'm leaving. And I decided. And I spent a year, I spent 6 months working on myself, and then I spent 6 months working on the business. And I went all in. And yeah, I had to make sacrifices. I had to prioritize. I was basically working 2 jobs because I was rebuilding my business from scratch while working high level corporate sales job and traveling. So it was a lot, but I did both because I knew I had a time limit, 1 year. It's not 3 years, it's not, let's see what happens. This is happening. And then I left at the end of 2024. So this year has been my first year self-employed. And when I started, I said, in June, I will match my salary. And in June, I match my salary. And I think there is a lot of power in just, and it sounds so simple, but in just deciding.
What is it about just deciding? Because admittedly, this is something I've kind of hit a roadblock with constantly. I'll decide to do something. Now, lately, it's been a lot better with I decide to do something, and some of it has happened. But for me, I've had a bit of a historical thing of I'm going to do something, doesn't happen. Yeah, no, but that's my point. It's like, how do you, or I'll say, oh, manifestation is a great example. This will happen, this won't happen, and then the opposite happens. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, fuck's sake, that's not what I willed into existence. And this is coming off a streak of it all happening, but I'm digressing. What I mean is, how do you make the decision actually happen and become a reality, and not the same problem I've been having where I make a decision and then it doesn't happen or something else happens. I'm like, no, I said
Mm.
this, why are you going that way?
Yeah. I think when I say you make a decision, it sounds very simple, but in reality, it's not because of, what you said is just like everybody can relate. I think a big part of it is your belief. Do you actually believe? Do you see it as an option, or do you just see it as, I believe it's going to happen, I believe I can, and I'm 100% committed to it? Because if you are, you will do whatever you need to make it happen. And I'm going to give you an analogy that I heard once and I use all the time now because I think it just makes sense. So I don't have kids. I don't know if you have kids, but we can still understand the analogy. Imagine you have kids and they're at school and you have to go and pick up your kids, and you go and it starts snowing. Okay. And you have a puncture. So you have to go and pick up your kids from school. You take your car, it's snowing, and you have a puncture. Are you going to call the school and tell the school, you know what? I have a puncture, it's snowing, not going to make it tonight. So, hang tight, kids, you're going to sleep at the school. You're not going to do that, okay? You're going to find a different way to go and get your kids from school and keep them home and keep them safe. You will do whatever it takes. You will get a taxi, you get a bus, you get someone to go and do it for you. You will just make it happen. You're not going to abandon your kids. That is a level of commitment and decision you need to have. Right? It's an option to go and pick up your kids. Like, you're going to go and pick up your kids. I will imagine, because I don't have kids, but I would imagine you will go and pick up your kids. And it's the same with when you make a decision. It is not an option. This is happening. And I'm going to become whoever I need to become to make it happen. And that's the difference. It's not about how am I going to do it, it's do I need to become to make it happen? It's an identity shift that you need to have to make it happen.